Hey guys, Matty Miller with ERA Heavener Realty. Hope you guys are doing well today. And we're going to cover a quick topic that may not come up that often, but at the same time, it's a little confusing when it does. So a lot of people are looking for investment properties in today's world. And with the price point of our market, especially here in Northeast Florida, some people have decided to look at condos as a potential investment opportunity. That's great, but it does come with some caveats, and we're going to cover a few tips on how to avoid some major issues when it comes to renting condos here in the Jacksonville area. All right, so condos, buying them as investment properties and condos, kind of like concrete and leather, they don't really mix that well. There's a few things that you need to know if you're looking at buying a condo, and a few things you'll want to find out if you want to buy that condo and make it a rental, or maybe you already own one, you want to turn it into a rental. There's all sorts of rules and regulations, which is the first document that you'll need to look at. Find your condo's rules and regulations. That's going to have a bunch of stuff in there that's going to talk about, are you able to rent it? What is the percentage of units in the condo association that can be approved as rental units? Yes. Being approved as a rental unit in a condo association is a must in most of them. Some of them don't check because their managements don't care, but I promise you most of those condo associations have a limit on how many units can be rentals in that specific community. So check your rules and regulations first to make sure that you can rent it. The next question is, can an HOA actually block you from renting your property? Absolutely they can. That is part of you only owning the interior walls. You do not own the building. You do not own any of those rights to be able to that property. You own strictly inside the building for use and premises of your enjoyment. So that being said, you need to check with your HOA, your board members' rules and regulations to make sure that you can rent that property, number one. Number two, this is another question. Can the condo association really deny my tenant? Yes, the answer is yes. So they can deny your tenant if they so choose. A lot of condo associations will require a credit and background check to come in on those tenants that are going into your unit. They will require that you have a lease signed with them. They will require to see that credit and background check, typically, if they're on top of their game. Again, a lot of condo management companies don't check this stuff. It just kind of flies under the seat of their pants until it becomes an issue. They may go back and check it. So if you have a problem tenant who's causing issues and he or she was never approved, they're going to look into that and they can say, oh, red flag, got an issue, and we can now basically make legal action against your tenant and you as the owner, assuming that you don't follow those guidelines that are set up by the HOA and the board. So that's number two. The third one, Airbnbs. Obviously a hot button issue. A lot of people talk about Airbnbs. In Florida specifically, we have a lot of condo units that are on the coast, that are close to the beach, which are great vacation spots. However, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I would bet you about 7 out of 10 of these units have specifically outlined with amendments recently that short-term rentals in a condo association is not permitted. If they find out that you will have a condo that's a short-term rental in that association, they will and can probably force legal action. So they have the ability to it. If they find out about it, they may. And they have the ability to do it, they can, because they're going to set up those rules in a way that benefits most of the community members, not for your interest in making money in one unit. So those are a few things. And in overarching, the point that I'm trying to make is before you buy a condo, understand that it is not the same as a single family home. It's not even the same as a single family home in an HOA. HOAs are a pain in the butt. I get that. And they have rules for a reason to keep the integrity of the neighborhood. But when you're talking about a condo complex that has multiple board members living in the complexes that are using them as single family homes, and you're going to turn that into an Airbnb or a short-term rental or a long-term rental even, there are regulations against that, and those boards do have power. So understand that when you do buy something, there are things you need to look at. If you have any questions about purchasing a condo as far as an investment property, please let me know. Please let your agent know. Just ask questions because it's not as cut and dry as a lot of people think it is, and you could end up having some issues and maybe you bought a condo that you can't even rent because it's not approved. And that would be a horrible mistake if you did that and got to that process and realized you couldn't even rent that particular property, even though that's what you bought it for. So please, 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 if you were an investor and you were looking into condos, I myself would probably push you to a single family property. But if condos are the only thing that's in your budget, single family or multifamily, to be honest with you, but if the condo is the only thing that's in your budget, by all means, there are investment opportunities out there for condos, but do your homework before you go through with that purchase. So if you guys have any questions, my name is Matty Miller with ERA Real Estate. Phone number is 904-650-3890, and you can always get me with my contact information right below. So hope you guys have a great day. See ya.